Hey, I am TC, your girlfriend, not girlfriend, and the most honest F buddy you've never had. Today's topic, how to keep certain things private without being shady. Let's get into it. Now, I'm going to go off on a limb here and say that it is probably going to be, oh no, that's false before I even say it. All right, never mind. Something you're going to want to do is express when you rather not share things and have a good reason as to why. In my previous videos, I spoke about the level of honesty and truthfulness and trustworthiness that is important when cultivating a successful or just a productive and fun friends with benefits relationship. Now, when you try to keep things from this person, it is going to be it should be difficult. You want to be open and sharing with that person because they're your friend after all. And how much things do you keep from your close friends? Not too much. There are some things that you do, but not too much. So this is going to be difficult. And you guys are also trying to build more trust. But if there are things, like if you just left seeing one of your other friends with benefits or something like that, and you don't necessarily want to share that because you feel that it will alter your evening with this F buddy, express that you'd rather not share and have your reason for that being, I don't want to affect the fun time that we're going to have this evening. Now, it's not guaranteed that it will work, but it is a start. The next thing is try as best you can to keep your schedule from overlapping. Become a master of your schedule. So for me, if there was ever time when I'm spending multiple time with friends with benefits or just another guy in general, and I knew that it would affect this other person, I would make sure that I kept my schedule completely separate. Different days, this person is going to be busy during this time, so they're probably not even going to be texting me during this time. Everything was very scheduled out. And now granted, I told you, everybody knew about everybody. If there was a time I was dealing with multiple people at one time, everyone was in the know. But you may not want to, like me, share when, hey, I'm over at such and such house right now hanging out while we're texting. Or, hey, I was over at such and such house yesterday while you were texting me. You don't really want to share that because they may start acting weird, and you don't want it to be weird because it's all supposed to be fun. That's why we're here. We're free and we're having fun. I'm a free agent and so are they. So I just did my best to keep my schedule super organized so that whenever there was times where I was sharing it with another person, I didn't even have to worry about this other person feeling like I was sharing time with someone else, just so they didn't feel any type of way when we were hanging out. The last thing is, which is going to be a total TC thing, is be honest about why you want privacy, but be willing to compromise. So you can't always, when they ask you oh yeah, what were you doing yesterday? You can't always be I want my privacy. I don't really want to share that. Or I don't want it to alter our evening. I want you to know that I'm here and locked in. That ain't always going to work. She ain't always going to want to hear that, or they not always going to go for that. And so you have to be willing to compromise and share a little bit more than maybe you would want to share for the sake of your friendship and your friends with benefits relationship. Remember, in order for it to grow and be as fun as it can be, the two of you have to feel like you can trust one another. The two of you have to be very comfortable with one another. The two of you have to feel like you can be your authentic self with this person. And if you are hiding a good portion of your life or a good portion of your activities or the things that you're doing, and you're hiding behind the fact that you're not in a committed relationship and you can just be free and do what you want to do, that does not mean that you are free to not communicate, my friend. It doesn't. So find the balance. That's the important thing here, finding the balance so that you can have your privacy and they can also feel like they can trust you and that you're being honest with them. And that just about does it for this video. This is a short one. Of course, feel free to ask me any questions that you may have, or if you want more specifics into my experience with this topic, definitely feel free to ask. I have no problem answering those questions. But as always, until the next video, guys, be free, have fun, be safe, and enjoy.